The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gam Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Unlock is a brand new deal for new customers. $5, $50 in bonus funds. We sign up at Unlock Fantasy, promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gam Podcast Network. It's currently Monday morning, August 18th, around 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Scott Reichel. Once again, joined by the road together to break down the favorite prop that we have for the Monday card. Adam, how's it going with you? How was your Vegas trip?
I mean, I was with you the entire time. I don't even know why you asking me that question.
Yeah,
what a silly question to ask, Scott.
No, that's why I asked it, because that was kind of the point. We spent a lot of time in person hanging out. Now we're officially back in our own states.
We were very up. We were very up too.
Yes, it was a good trip. It was fun. Made some money too, which makes the trip even better. But now we are back in our own states to break down props once again. So, Adam, once again, we had a good time. But overall, what's up? How was your flight back?
It was good. This woman next to me kept adjusting her skirt so that she didn't even have a skirt, and then her husband kept yelling at her about it, and I was like, whatever, dude, you guys need to work this shit out. But it was, it was good. I think I'm right now just looking for some late minute dong ideas, and yeah, but it was good, dude. What did I watch? I watched Thunderbolts.
Was it good?
It's all right.
Okay.
And then I watched Whiplash again.
That's a classic. Not quite my tempo.
Like in what way?
That's
that line. The line for the movie. Yeah, that's good. That was really very good. No, it was. I thought it was great. I had seen it before, but it'd been years. It's pretty good.
It's very, very good.
Do you think, by the way, that Fletcher is the one who stole the action? I think that he stole the first drum.
The folder.
I think he stole it.
We never found out who actually stole the folder.
No, and I think you're open to interpretation, but it's one of the. I think he took it because he just
a mess with.
He basically ends up testing both guys because the first thing that he says is because he's like, I can only sight read, that. So he's testing Tanner, but he also wants to be like, all right, well,
I can get behind that. Besides the test, the fact is he said, don't leave your damn folder. And you got to teach him a lesson somehow. So I can get behind that idea. What did I end up watching? I ended up watching A Few Good Men.
Oh, that's a good one.
On the way back, and I also ended up watching Miracle. So
I looked for it because Miracle wasn't on mine.
Delta had it, so I ended up watching those two, and I took a nap. I took a nap for an hour or two. So overall, once again, I pride myself on my flight movie choices. That's kind of how it goes. So I feel like I picked pretty well. A Few Good Men was pretty good.
Yep. I saw that movie in the movie theater. That's right. As John said, not my tempo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
There it is. Not my tempo.
Yeah. But either way, Whiplash is a classic. That's a movie that you should see. It's also very short. It's very easily digestible. It's like an hour and a half. So
it's really good. And you also sort of realize that it's another one of those movies, kind of like 500 Days of Summer, where spoiler, the protagonist is actually the villain. Miles Teller is the villain in that movie. Is one of the villains in that movie.
Well, he's a dick, but that's kind of the point. He's trying to be obsessive in order to become the best that he possibly could be, but he's sabotaging any social life they could possibly have.
He also sabotages other people. He does it with other people. He doesn't care about anybody else. So
I laugh every time they're at the dinner table and then he just screams out, "It's Division 3." I'll laugh every time that comes up.
4 words. You will never be in the NFL.
Yes, that's something you'll never hear from anybody in the NFL. It's good stuff, but either way, once again, back in our usual states, but that means the actual schedule's back to normal. We did a Tuesday episode, did a Saturday morning episode. Not happening this week. We are officially back to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Definitely. Anyway, before we get into any of our props for the actual card for Monday, a reminder that the Sports Gam Podcast is giving away $1,000 circa NFL future bet with the phrase that pays. So you can submit the phrase now at sportsgam.com's trace to once again get your $1,000 free NFL future bet. Anyway, starting off with the props for the Monday card. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first prop on the card?
I was trying to see if there's somebody who I really liked over here to dong, but it doesn't appear like it's going to cooperate. Okay, so first thing I'm going to go with we're going with Yuri Perez. We're going down to Florida. Yuri Perez.
Are they playing in Florida, or is he just on Miami?
He's on Miami. I believe they're in Florida. I hope that was kind of key to my cap. I assume
they are in Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. So, where's my notes on this? Okay. So I'm taking this under 1.5. He's been, I think, quietly one of the best pitchers actually since he came back. He's been fantastic. Under 1.5 earned runs at plus 125 to get to, if the price gets under 120, risk the unit. If it stays around above 120 or higher, to win a unit. Anyway, since July 12th, there are only 2 right-handed pitchers have gone over their earned runs against the Cards who do not know how to hit, even though they scored all those runs the other night. They did later. And so one of them was that Yankees one. And then another one was like Grant Holmes, like 2 months ago. Only 4 this month overall, even if you're not including right-handed pitching. This team is actually terrible at manufacturing runs. And Yuri's been pretty good. I had his stuff up. He didn't have 2 good starts recently, but let me just pull him up and I can show you. He's been just fantastic at home. So let me just pull this and I'll go with the under. So the last 2 starts were against 2 hot teams hitting wise at the time, Atlanta and Cleveland. But otherwise at home, he's only gone over this. He's actually only had like a few home starts this year, but he's only gone over it twice. He blanked the Yankees a couple of weeks ago. He blanked Minnesota about a month ago. He hasn't thrown a ton of pitches. There's a couple ways also. This is one of those, I think, a lot of ways that it gets there. His outs line is only at 15.5. I think coming off a big injury, I think they're going to kind of wind him down a little bit.
Especially since the team's not competing for anything.
Right. So the Cardinals aren't good at manufacturing runs, and Yuri Perez has been pretty good. So under 1.5 earned runs for me on that.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay in the same game, actually, but I'm going to look towards the Marlins bats here in this game. I'm going to go with Agustin Ramirez, but I am going to go with his under 1.5 bases at minus 130. He's had less than 2 bases in 11 of his last 14 games. Liberatore pitching for St. Louis, who's been up and down when it comes to hits allowed. But Ramirez has randomly been worse against lefties this season. 102 plate appearances, a 223 batting average, and a 282 on base. Point is, Ramirez, has a lot of power, so I am aware that he could definitely go over this in one swing potentially. But I think Liberatore is fine, and Ramirez has been worse against lefties than righties. Mainly based on form, though, with having less than 2 bases in 11 of 14. Not a lot of speed, so there's a chance that he actually can, get a hit or so, but it's going to take, I'll just say, a decent amount of, I'd say, quality contact for him to avoid only hitting a single. I'll put it that way. So I think there are a couple of ways where he ends up getting a hit, but he needs a couple of hits in order to go over this. So give me Ramirez to go under 1.5 bases at minus 130 as my first play on the show. Thoughts on Ramirez in general? Because I think that he's talented, but I think we'd agree he's still very raw as a young player, and he's going to have to improve on his consistency at the plate.
Yeah, I think, the only thing I ever really kind of disagree on is like the whole, take steals because he's doing this. It's not, I don't think it's that simple, especially
I think it's more of a pitcher thing. And nobody on floor, nobody
but
on
also
Miami
it's kind of like it matters like if the pitcher got somebody on, stuff like that. I don't think he's a good catch. He seems to be good at actually getting the thing you got to give him credit for. This Marlins pitching staff has been sneaky great for the last 2 months. So give him credit for that. But yeah, he's massively cooled off. Marlins seem to have a new guy in there every single day, a new like prospect that they called up. Like Marcy was the flavor of the week, and then we bet him, and then he wasn't. So
I still like Marcy.
I still like Marcy too. Who's the new who just got Stowers just got hurt,
Yeah.
So I like this play.
Yeah. So once again, I think Ramirez is a good player, but I do think for the actual form he's in, 130 sounds a bit cheap actually, because you'd assume he'd be pretty good against lefties, but he's actually worse against lefties. So I'll go with that as my first prop on the card. Adam, moving on to your second prop, what do you like?
We're gonna go with Jack Leiter 3 walks at plus 195. 2 or more. Jack Leiter walks the farm.
I see D. Johnson mentioning that.
I see that. Yeah. I like that. So yeah, there you go. I like it. But I'm assuming when you send these D. Johnson that you're talking about parlaying them.
That's what I assumed as well.
Yeah. The lighter walks, I really like. I don't like it at the ones like I think it's like 170. So I'll take the 3, 2 or more in 9 of 10, 3 or more in 5 of 10, 4 of the last 5, 2 straight on the road. Royals got 3 off Davis Martin yesterday, 4 against Irvin last week, 4 against Urena last week. 4 and 2 opposing pitchers are over their walks line in their last 6 against the Royals. So this is a nice. Give me this one. Give me 3 walks for Jack Leiter as they're trying to see what they got here.
I do want to ask you, though, about Leiter just as a big picture thing. Do you like him? Because I remember that he was a very, very highly sought after prospect from Vandy. It was him and Rocker, of course, in that rotation. He hasn't really been as good as people thought he was going to be, but he's had a couple of moments. He had that crazy start against Houston earlier this year, but I'll ask you what your thoughts are, because I know that he's young. He can still figure some stuff out, but did you think he was going to be better at this stage in his very short MLB career?
He's better than he was last year. Last year
Yeah.
he was getting hit. He got massively hit around and he didn't have any K stuff.
That's true.
Still
I'm just
doesn't
saying in
really
general,
have-
because in college it seemed like he was being promoted as being an ace of a staff, and it feels
Yeah,
like he just hasn't
I don't know
really.
if I see that ceiling.
That's kind of what I
Control
see.
is just
Yeah.
not.
I think
Well, it
he's
comes down to
fine.
this. He seems to me to be like really a lot like Gavin Williams, where he's
Yeah.
got like a really deep pitch mix. He's not
He walks a ton of
necessarily
guys. So the pitch
walks a
count's
ton
always
of
crazy.
guys and uses up a lot of pitches and does that. That's what he feels like to me. And I don't think Gavin Williams is their ace. I think Bybee's probably their ace, even though
He's had a bad year, but still.
he's had a bad year. But I think Bybee's a better all around pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Leiter. The control's really bad. You gotta. I mean, no matter where he goes, he kind of gets that. But that's I think he's fine. I think he's like a 2.
So I'm going to
He's
ask,
what
though,
they need.
why do you like Leiter then? If his command's all over the place and the results have not
Because
been
his,
as good.
his pitch mix. I always am gonna give a pitcher that has 4 pitches a chance. Always.
That's fair.
It's why I like Bobby Miller. It's why I like Gavin Williams. It's why I still like Chris Bassett. It's why I still think Nola's got good. Like some of these guys, like if you have 4 pitches plus, you have room to work. It's just about being mentally smart enough to figure it out. So.
No, that's a fair point with the actual pitch mix. He can mix up the speeds, keep batters off balance, but
he just doesn't have a put away pitch, and that's the problem.
yeah,
like that is like you need a put away pitch to do whatever, and he doesn't have that.
Yeah, once again, I think you're higher on Leiter than I am. I'm not fully anti, but when you're walking the farm and you're, as you said before, you lack a put away pitch, and on top of that, you walk a ton of guys. It's a pretty dangerous combo to have.
Yeah.
So I'm not anti-Leiter, but I'm also not in on a Leiter. I'll put it that way. So that's kind of how I look at him. But we'll see what happens. Once again, he's still very young. Maybe he can find a put-away pitch at some point. I see a question, though, from 7, asking if you care about umpires for walk props.
It's a good question. So I know that on some sites like Switch Analytics does that. I mean, I care, but it's only like if it's within
it's a secondary caring situation.
It's a secondary thing. Can't cap for that anytime. If I did that for every single play, it would just kind of. I do it, a little bit more when it comes to playoffs or some other things like that. But
I imagine like zones matter, but of course it's more important the pitcher has no idea how to throw a strike.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at Leiter's hit rate on this, like literally, like he's a guaranteed 2. So you're getting almost 2 to 1 for him to have 3. I think that's pretty good,
Yeah, when you're looking at 2 probably being the floor for his start. So before we get into my second prop on the show, a reminder brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Who's bookie?
My bookie.
So a reminder, MyBookie can help you bet on baseball, WNBA, tennis, golf, and of course football futures. College football starts on Saturday, as a reminder. You can also use those applications, use crypto for deposits and payouts. We sign up at MyBookie. Use the promo code SGPN for 100% match up to 1K. Term conditions apply with GG promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have a lot of options for college football, which is back on Rhythm. Last season, Predictive Models posted a bunch of very high ROI numbers. 21+% ROI on non-conference spreads, 22.47% ROI on conference money lines. They're also good at FCS totals. Week 0 and week 1, Rhythm's house model went 16-4, for plus 11.6 units. Go to the app now, make your own model, and once again, check it out before college football season starts. And a reminder, we also have a promo link with Rhythm for a nice week free trial. Go to sportsgambling's Rhythm, get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. One of the first couple of props on the card for Monday. Time for my second prop on the show. So for my second one, I'm going to move into a matchup between the White Sox and the Braves. For this one, this is my plus money play. Give me Matt Olson single at plus 130. By the way, FanDuel has such horrible numbers for singles, in case you did not notice.
I take that stuff on either Caesars or DK.
No, I'm just mentioning, like,
I didn't even know they had that market.
FanDuel is like the worst market to actually bet on singles because Olsen was minus 115 last night for a single, and DraftKings is just hanging plus 130. And it's like, all right, sure, a 45-cent differential on a single prop, I'll take it. Olsen's been good, though. He's had at least one single in 13 of his last 19. He's had at least one single in 8 of his last 10 home games. And you have Gomez pitching for Chicago on the road, not very good. 7 to 3 innings pitched, 10 hits allowed, 9 runs. But Olsen has been good lately. And Atlanta's offense has sneakily been effective lately. Yeah. I mean, their season's over anyway, but at least they're showing some signs of life. About 3 months too late, but still. Give me Olsen to record a single here. We know that he does lack a lot of speed, if any speed. So it might take a lot for him to avoid getting a deep single, even if he hits one to the wall. Give me Olsen to record a single in this game at plus 130. I love the price.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Nope. I mean, I was looking at this game last night when I was going through the sides and totals that I was putting together for us. I was really close to doing it both teams to 3 here or the over. But
you got scared off by the White Sox against Strider, or what scared you off?
No, it's actually Strider. I'm like
Strider's not been great. That's why I was wondering. Like, what?
It's just like, I don't know, like if the White Sox just keep changing pitchers, like if these guys all go like 2 innings, that ruins everybody's rhythm, and it's not good matchup wise.
Yeah, I'm also holding out hope in my back pocket that Olsen always has the opportunity to lay down a little nice drag bunt down the line because nobody's there. But no, in reality, I think he's just hitting the ball well, and I like the price of 130.
Yeah. Let me see if there's any. I wonder if there's anybody in this game. I was looking at. I don't necessarily. I think I might. Do I want Gomez? Do I want Ozuna? Something here. Hold on. We might take.
The Braves.
We might take a. Yeah, we might take Ozuna.
I'll make that joke every time we say Ozuna on the show. By the way, Ozuna from the
Braves. Jenny from the block?
Well, no, the joke was that he said that to the cop that pulled him over for a DUI.
Oh, that's what he said?
I'm Marcelo Ozuna from the Braves because he didn't want anyone to get arrested. He didn't want to get arrested.
What is he batting? He's batting 5th? Okay. You know what I think we're going to do?
What?
I think I already got our bonus play in here, so there you go.
Okay. You want to move on to your regular third play before the bonus play?
Yeah, let's do that. Third play, Colton Cowser 2Ks plus 130. He stinks. Dustin May also changed up his pitch mix.
Pitch mix?
Pitch mix. Yes. He's he's going to get started early with a sweeper. He switched his sweeper and his cutter. He threw like no cutters last start. He was
very good last start.
He was very good last start. He was actually good to start before that when he got traded. But just to give a little bit of an idea of how much he stinks, let me just sort on this by that. Cowser in his last 5 games has a 42% K rate.
That's high.
It's very, so bad. Yeah, it's really high. Let me just see him again. He's got a 36.7% K rate in his last 30 plate appearances against right-handed pitching. Plate appearances is what matters because it's what's solid. He has a high BABIP, which is great, but
he's not touching the ball anyway, so it doesn't.
He's not touching the ball anyway, and his called strike whiff rate is 32%. That's astronomical.
Once again, BABIP refers to batting average on balls in play, but if you're striking out 40+%, who cares what your batting average when you touch the balls? Yeah.
But the big thing on and I encourage people to look at this when a pitcher has like a really good game, go on Baseball Savant and look at what his pitch mix was from one game to the other one. On that, it was like that we had faded him, but Brad May, they changed his entire pitch, Dustin May, his entire pitch mix got switched up.
Didn't the Red
So
Sox do that earlier in the year with Bueller?
yeah, it worked.
They're willing to be aggressive when it comes to actually switching up.
They have a really good pitching
Okay.
coach. Like, that's why they take these shots on these guys like Giolito and Bueller, whatever. And even like Bello's not great, but like he has a great pitch. It looks like they fixed these guys. They fixed Pavetta. People forget that. Like they're good at doing that stuff. So, I mean, Sean Newcomb before they traded
for relievers,
him,
even Chapman's been amazing this season.
Chapman's been fantastic. So yeah, Calzer to give me those 2 whiffs. Let me see. I had it up of when Ozuna for the Braves.
You go look up the video. It's the traffic stop when he did DUI. He tried to pull the "I'm famous, don't arrest me." So he just said, "I'm Ozuna from the Braves," and they
all right.
arrested him
So he's
anyway.
got 2 Ks in 8 of his last 10.
Okay, there you go.
He has in his last 5 against right-handed pitchers, 2-2-2-2-1. And I assume that one, that was the Arrighetti game. So where they were, or it wasn't the Arrighetti game. It was when it was 2 days ago. So when they jumped all over Javier and they won 12-0. So nobody struck out, and he still struck out. So let's take that. We're gonna take that the 2 Ks at plus 130.
He's very good at being bad.
He's very good at being bad. I like it a lot.
There you go. Moving on to my final prop for the show. I'm going to go to the Padres game against the Giants. What a predictable Dodgers sweep that we called as we watched the first game on Friday, by the way. But anyway, I will pick Laureano to do some damage here against Ray. Give me Laureano over 1.5 HRR at minus 110. Batting middle of the order or so, but he has been quite good all season, especially since joining San Diego. He's been really, really good lately. So he's added at least 2 HRR in 18 of his last 24 road games. And on top of that, Ray is pitching for San Francisco. Laureano has quietly owned him his entire career. Against Robbie Ray, he is 7 of 14 lifetime with 4 extra base hits. So
I looked at Laureano today. He's been murdering the ball.
But he's been murdering Robbie Ray too. So I do like the fact that it's a good matchup for him, and the fact is he's been... I know the lineup kind of cooled off a bit against the Dodgers over the weekend, but still, the fact is the offense has been objectively
Did it cool
solid.
off, or did it regress to what it actually is?
You can argue that too, but that doesn't go with my narrative, so I'm going to say that
no. Oh, I like it. I like them. I like this play.
I think it's a good spot. I thought about the bases, but instead I'll go with the HRR because he has been scoring runs lately. I think Laureano gets at least 1 hit. But his numbers against Ray speak for themselves, being 7 of 12 lifetime. Good enough for me. Give me Laureano over 1.5 HRR at minus 110 as my final prop for the show. I'm assuming you co-sign because you're looking at Laureano too. Yeah. Did you look for a dong, or what exactly were you looking for with Laureano?
He's on my he comes up on the filter I made on Handigraphs. Okay. So when I did looking just at batters right now and going, I did last 5, and I have a filter that I made called Ball Go Boom. And Laureano is right on there because he's just been nasty his last 5 games. He's got 8 hard hits in his last 5 games, 5 barrels. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, he's ripping the ball right now. So
yeah, so I'll go with that as my last prop for the show. Miscellaneous time. You have any dongs, any DP? Still no sponsorship, by the way. Anything you want to talk about?
I have a feeling that DPs are gone, buddy. Unless anyone
I gotta bring it up. We're gonna have to change the name of the segment if they got rid of all the DPs.
Let's look. I have a DP filter too. Let's see. Kyle.
Are you saying that these sports books are now promoting chastity?
Possibly. Are you saying that they don't like it when it's more than one person at the same time? Yeah.
They're very, very conservative.
I mean, I could tell you some of the sides and stuff I like.
Sure.
But I'll put it up. I mean, I like the Phillies run line. I like I have a lean towards the Cubs in game 1, but I really just like the first 5 under in that game 1. I think the second game is Chad Patrick that should go off the res.
I forgot about Chad Patrick. We liked him
hurt for a while
in the year.
We did. He did. He's just DPs are definitely gone. So thanks a lot, guys. It was a great run. But no, the one that I'm looking at that I'm going to take is going to go with actually a bonus play. I'm going to do Ozuna HRR. So he qualifies in that whole little who's been good category that I have. Let me just pull him up. Ball go boom.
I'm a bit annoyed though. I got to figure out a new name for this segment.
Well, we don't
Daily
even have
DP was just such
we
a
don't
good
even
name
have
for
the
a
play
segment.
anymore. So it's sort of like, what do you want to do?
I just have miscellaneous props at the moment, which is just not a catchy title, but it's what we got.
Yeah. So anyway, I took in that first Cubs game. I took under 3.5 at plus 158. So
Okay.
which been a good go-to for us. Anyway, so I'm taking Ozuna for his HRR. It's minus 105, which is fantastic price.
Sure.
For especially when we were talking about how the lineup's hitting. Last 30 plate appearances against right-handed pitching. A WOBA of 506. Pretty good walk rate, really good slug rate. Like him to hit a home run, to be totally honest. So he's 4-1 to hit a home run. There's not a lot of good. So like I don't like to bet props within doubleheaders. So like that game, those two games are off the board. Platonic props.
Is that like good? That's the best I can come up with.
I like
point.
it. So I don't want anything in those Cubs Brewers ones, prop wise. And I liked Teoscar, but I don't want to bet a Coors Field home run. Like I stay away
way too juiced for that.
It's just always bad. It's bad value. We're also, by the way, guys, we're like 2 weeks away from pretty giant regression you're going to have in hitting props. Bat speed takes a cliff dive right around September 1 because players are, go figure, tired. So
also getting a bit colder.
And but just on the lookout for that. So there wasn't a lot of stuff that I liked. There was some walk stuff, some K stuff. I'll probably put out a batter K parlay. There's a couple guys there. But I'm going to do Ozuna. I think because here's another way else to think about it. Because my cap with Ozuna is built around him versus a right-handed pitcher, not versus a lefty. Might do first plate appearance, extra base hit, and then do the bases. And do that instead of the home run, actually.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I think we'll have some fun with it. So
there you go. Anyway, anything else you want to add, or should we just move on to the best bets?
Yeah, we can move on to best bets.
All right. So before we officially get on to the best bets, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Circa. We were there. Did you ever find the remote, by the way?
No, I thought about that on the way out, too. I was like, this is gone.
Fun joke. So as some of you remember for the tennis pod, I actually ended up using Adam's hotel room to record a tennis pod. At some point during the stay, I went back over there and we just could not find the TV remote. The TV was on, so clearly like he had it at one point.
Well, actually, we left to go to the pool.
Yes.
And you were like, should I turn off the TV? I'm like, who fucking cares?
And I said, I can't even find the remote. And then we proceeded to never
whatever.
find the remote ever again. So that's how that went. But either way, the TV remote, RIP, for Circa. Anyway, though, they're still hosting 3 big NFL contests. They had Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. Over $20 million, guaranteed prizes. And a reminder, you can hang out with SGPN over the next couple of days because August 21st, 23rd, Circa Contest weekend. Just sign up. It's a great time. Live shows, open bars. Plus, there's a nice discount with SGPN. Use the code SGP15. Get 15% off your stay at Circa. And a reminder, contest open to everyone. Sign up to auto play from anywhere with our proxy. Use the footballcontest.com proxy. Use the code SGP. Get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Fantasy because they're doing Best Mania happening all summer long. If you want to do some fantasy football stuff, 15 million prizes for best ball, 2-minute first place, no waiver wire, and a reminder that you can also use Underdog for pick'em entries, which are a lot of fun too. We're going to give out one in a second, but you can win up to 500 times your entry. They have a new deal, though, Underdog Fantasy with new customers. Brand new offer. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds. When you sign up at Underdog Fantasy, promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. One of the first couple of props that we have, including miscellaneous stuff. Now it's time for the best bet segment.
I see. Hold on. I see Rodney Cotton asking props that we like for Freddie P. I like his under-earned runs here, to be totally honest.
It's been good. I don't mind betting his. I mean, I don't know what the value is. I don't mind betting his win because doesn't he lead the league in wins?
I'm not gonna do a win in a doublehetter.
No, it's more just based on his numbers this season. I believe Peralta we talked about last week.
We talked about it last week. Is he surprisingly? Yeah. No. No. I think probably we could do this as an underdog play when we do that. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight righties against the Cubs. Haven't been like really crushing the ball. They didn't really have a good hitting series against the Pirates. We actually, by the way, for those that tailed stuff while we were in Vegas, we do not have AIDS anymore because we just that's the soundbite. But we just like that was a monster week, like across the board, especially on baseball. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna do the under 2.5 on that. I see Trevor doing the under outs. It's a little more juiced, but I'm gonna do the under earned runs. So I think we'll do that probably for the underdog entry too. That could be fun.
We've been fading the Cubs offense for a while, and
yeah,
there's no reason why
part of why I like that like I said, part of why I like that alt under, and it's at plus.
We kept betting unders in Cubs games against Pittsburgh over the last few days.
We won all 3 games. We had all 3 games. We did it. Yeah.
So there we go. I'll get into that for the underdog entry again, but it sounds like Peralta under ER is going to be the way that we go about it. Yep. Anyway, for my best bet on the show, give me Laureano.
I didn't give you my best bet. I gave you somebody else's bet that he took through.
Sorry.
Best bet's Yuri. It's also in the ER thing. The Cardinals can't hit.
Yeah, so you're going to go with Yuri. I'm going to go with Laureano over 1.5 HRR. He's been mashing. It's at minus 110. He's had at least 2 HRR in 18 of his last 24 road games. And Ray has been really bad against Laureano. 7 of 12 lifetime, 4 extra base hits, including 1 home run. I like the spot. He's in the middle of the lineup. I do think San Diego, despite struggling against the Dodgers the last few days, should look fine. But it's mainly looking at the matchup, looking at the current form. I think minus 110 is a good price for Laureano in this one. Anyway, for the actual underdog entry, I know you just mentioned Peralta. We can recycle that for the lower ER. Anything else you're interested in?
Let's see. I'll look on Handygraphs. See if there's anything I like. So, side note. So I think the Phillies are going to jump all over. I think Logan Gilbert's going. I think the Phillies kind of might mash on Gilbert, but this is a really good Ranger up spot. Just because he tends to, when the Phillies need somebody to do something, and like obviously Wheeler got a blood clot, and Nola first start in 3 months didn't look great, but hung in there. Let me just see if there's anything else that we want in here. If there is a Ranger spot, or if there's somebody who maybe we take their walks. I don't know. I'll peruse the peruse underdog cross. I really like that Peralta under 2.5 earned.
We could always use some type of smart signal if you want to.
Yeah, but there's no WNBA today.
I meant for baseball.
Okay, well, let me see. Is there a pitcher that I wanted? Well, you know what's been good for us has been fantasy points. So let me look up. Using my filter, I call this filter "smacked around like a hoe." It's for it is pitchers that have a high opposing ISO, a high opposing slugging, and a high opposing hard hit rate. Appropriate title, right?
Yeah.
You know what I might do here?
Argetti.
That's not bad. He's not on here. He's not on here for this.
I'm just taking guesses, but that's
who's on here. You know who's on here that you'd be surprised?
I'd be surprised. Yamamoto?
No, but it's somebody who
I was going full surprise there with Yamamoto.
Full surprise. I would have said Banderas, but I like the Angels today. Let me see. I like anyway, it's Spencer Strider is on there.
Okay. That doesn't really surprise me that much, but okay.
Well, this White Sox team's like sneaky hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to go for the hits allowed?
Well, I was gonna say let's just take his fantasy points under.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
So let's do. We got the lower on Peralta. We got the Strider. Yeah, it's 41.5. Let's do the lower on that. And then what was the one? What was the other one we said?
I thought we were still working on the third one.
No, I don't. I thought we mentioned one. Did you have any of your guys that you really, really liked?
I was fine with Laureano, but I don't know if you had anything else.
Here, I could do this. Let me just see if there's anybody else that's kind of Let's see.
I mean, if you wanted to get bold, we could run back Olsen's single, but I don't know if
I
they.
hate that dude. I just
Yeah,
hate that dude.
it's fine. I get it.
You know what? I mean, he comes up as wanted to. I
And if
mean,
you want to bring back my Ramirez lower 1.5 bases, but
let's see who's killing the ball right now that's on this list. Let's see. We could do.
Did you want like a Michael Harris thing?
No, he's like I don't necessarily want 2 in that one. I'm just looking at who's been really hot right now.
The damn Hansel.
The damn
Damn
Hansel.
hot right now.
I mean, do you want to go for go to the moon and do Kyle Schwarber home run?
I mean, we could do something with Schwarber. If we can do potentially run, we can do like HRR. We like Schwarber in general.
Yeah, you want to do that? I'll do
That's
that.
fine.
We could do that. So the HRR makes it 5.04. If we go to the moon, well, it's actually not even that much.
Let's just do HRR.
Yeah, let's do HRR. I thought it was going to be higher. Okay, so here's what we got. We got Freddie Peralta lower 2.5 earned runs. Kyle Schwarber higher 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Spencer Strider lower 41.5 fantasy points.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for the prop show. Now, as a bit of an announcement, I guess, for the MLB show this week, Mal's not available. He'll be busy all week, so I'll be filling in every single day for the regular afternoon show. So I'll be on later with Lonte to break down the Tuesday games, but either way, that's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. Find me on Twitter as Radio. Find him on Twitter at HeRoseberg. Till next time, good luck to all of you, and all